Coming up tonight, DPP invites New Zealand Law Society to Fiji. Taxi driver dies, and outrigger on the lagoon celebrates 65 years of existence. Good evening, I'm Sandra Azam. Head of DISMAC Permanent Secretary Seruiratu met with government officials in the Western Division yesterday to get an update on the latest development on the ground. Seruiratu told officials present that there is a crucial need for clear and free flow of information to be present at all times amongst the relevant agencies that are on the ground to ensure that safety operations are carried out in a timely and efficient manner.
Meeting with staff at the Commissioner Western's office, DISMAC Head Seruiratu was given a rundown of the situation currently experienced in the Western Division. While operations are currently underway, the DISMAC Head reminded government officials to work within the given framework of government, keeping in mind the Civil Service Code of Conduct and ensuring that safety must always be the key priority during this time of emergency.
That is where the priority of effort will be, and that's where the allocation of resources also deserves to be given priority. So we concentrate when there is a need to concentrate. At the same time, let's be flexible with the way we do things. There will always be a fog of war. There will always be uncertainties. We must, as good planners, as good practitioners on the ground, we need to be flexible. We must have contingency plans to prepare for the worst case scenarios and, of course, the uncertainties that are there.
Updates discussed shows that Red Cross Society will continue to supplement the need for water by supplying bottled water to affected areas of Lautoka. Power supply to Rakiraki has been restored, while Mba and Tavua are yet to be restored. Flash floods of low-lying areas are also expected. The Nandi mortuary has also exceeded its capacity. DISMAC is urging members of the public to ensure that the safety of their children, as well as their welfare, remains paramount and to boil all drinking water at this point in time.
The Director of Public Prosecution has extended an invite to the New Zealand Law Society to come and see firsthand the changes that are occurring in Fiji. This after the New Zealand Law Society refused to allow the Fijian Director of Public Prosecutions, or DPP, to advertise legal positions in its magazine Law Talk.
The office of the DPP, or the Director of Public Prosecutions, received an email on Friday from the New Zealand Law Society Board saying they had decided unanimously not to accept advertisements for legal positions in Fiji under the current government. The Director of Public Prosecutions, Christopher Pride, says it is unfortunate that the NZLS was involving itself in politics and preventing New Zealand lawyers from hearing about job vacancies in Fiji. The director says that what must be taken into account is the fact that the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions is an independent office and the DPP has the sole responsibility for criminal prosecutions without recourse to any government minister, including the Attorney General. The office in that regard is non-political. Pride says despite the stand taken by the NZLS, they are welcome to visit Fiji and meet and talk to anyone without any restrictions so that they can obtain for themselves a first-hand appraisal of things in Fiji. He's also called on the society to allow lawyers to decide things for themselves.
A huge scope in marketing Fiji's medical graduates to Pacific Island states is currently underway. Speaking to Fiji News, Health Minister Dr. Niril Sharma says for decades, Fiji has been training regional medical practitioners, and such a plan would further strengthen capacity building of Fiji's local medical graduates to serve around the Pacific.
Plans to further open up the employment market for local medical graduates to the Pacific has been the topic of discussion for the Health Ministry.
We are opening up the Pacific basin to graduates from Fiji who would get an alternative employment market and job experience in another country. So that is with the Foreign Affairs currently, and I'm quite sure that once we have enough doctors locally, then we would be able to prospect and supply local medical graduates on contract to the region. There are already quite a substantial number of graduates in cooks, medical graduates. There are quite a number of midwives in Palau, and other Pacific countries who have been trained at the Fiji School of Medicine. So it's just an extension, the possibility of being able to put our trained professionals into a newer work environment.
While signing the Memorandum of Understanding between the University of Fiji, this allows medical students of the university to use the Ministry of Health's facilities to further strengthen capacity building and give the students much needed exposure. Health Minister Dr. Neil Sharma says government, in its part, has placed these unemployed medical graduates to its National Employment Centre, giving them an opportunity to work. Given the huge potential that exists, Kamlesh Arya, the national president for the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha of Fiji, says Fiji has the potential and capacity to market its medical resource personnel overseas, given that government continues to focus on creating a knowledge-based society.
I think there's a great opportunity for us to enhance this through bilateral arrangements with the Pacific small island countries, to ensure that we are able to market our professionals there and help their develop their facilities or help them gain better health conditions and things like that.
Coming up after the break, taxi driver latest road victim. Evacuees told not to enter homes, and tropical depression moves away from Fiji.